It's All About You will be done by Distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Murad, who was elected as Toastmasters International President and served for 2014 and 15. And he is one leader who has taken Toastmasters International Board of Directors to another heights. He's going to present the training session, keynote session about It's All About You. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Murad, it's all about you. It's all about you, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Murad. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Director Sabina, fellow Toastmasters, and council members. You must have had a very active and busy day, right? With the business meeting and trainings and so on. And within the trainings, you must have had, and within the business meeting, you must have had a lot of focus on district goals and how you can strive to achieve them. How is it best that you devise plans and so on. And that is part of our organization's working week. But I would like to focus today on something that might not be in some of your perspectives. Because what happens is that when we take on a certain role, whether it's in the organization or even within the family, when we take on a certain role, then our perspective actually narrows. And we are, focusing on a bullseye that we need to achieve. And in your case, it would be district goals, distinguished districts, Medleys distinguished, and it's not something which is very strange on District 116. You have been on top of the world for a couple of years, but let me tell you, and probably this has been true for many of the split districts that have come out of District 79 many years ago. But history and previous track records indicate that you cannot stay on the top forever unless you understand certain principles. And it's important for you to understand that everyone needs to understand the principles and everyone needs to work on the same note. So if I was to ask all of you to give me your title, what's your title? Could anyone just shout out a title? And maybe Sabina could shout it out because she's closer so I can hear from the microphone.
Hi, sir. The current office role chancellor is district director.
Okay. Anyone else? Two more people.
I'm Area 16 Director.
Okay, one more.
I'm Toastmaster Nivedita Kitkar, and I'm the Area 15 Director in this year.
Okay, thank you. So if I go around the whole hall and I ask for titles of each and every one of you, you will be giving me your district title, right? And within the district title, you have your leadership handbook, and you will tell me these are my responsibilities that are coming from the leadership handbook. right? So let me expand a little bit more. What is your true title? If I tell you that this is not the title that I was looking for, let me know.
Toastmasters.
Okay, who said that?
On behalf of the audience, it's the program quality director.
Okay, could you repeat that, please?
All our title Toastmasters.
You're a Toastmaster, right? Exactly. And probably that is the key aspect that we forget whenever we take on, whether it's club roles, district roles, or even international, we forget that we are a Toastmaster. And if we actually, this perspective goes out, these big titles of area director, division director, district director, international director, region advisor, goes into our head. And that is when we lose track. You see, when I was the international president, there's a lot of discussions that happen on the board level and on the executive committee level in the board. And, you know, whenever we discuss things on any level, we tend to look at things from a perspective of our point of view within that role. That we will be able to change things and we will be able to devise things that would work in all the environments. And we are a global organization. So we think what we need to put into strategies, policies of the organization will work for everyone. But I soon realized, after a few years of being on the board, the fact of the matter is that that will not be successful. Why? Because whenever we are making decisions, whenever we are going to achieve goals, we are going to achieve goals for one single reason. And that reason is to achieve the Toastmasters mission. Therefore, whenever we were about to make decisions or whenever we were discussing certain aspects of the organization, there was one question that we needed to ask ourselves. And that question is, what's in it for the member? On your district level, if you do not take action, take steps, do strategies that do not have the member in the nucleus of your strategy, that strategy will not be successful. And members are created within clubs, right? And when I ask the question of what is your true title, one of you rightfully said that you are a Toastmaster. And if that is within your perspective, at whichever role, you will be able to be successful. Now, let me ask you, as a Toastmaster, what's your job? Having the perspective of the Toastmasters mission statement.
To communicate effectively.
What else?
Public speaking.
Networking.
Networking.
To support and motivate fellow Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm.
To follow Toastmasters promises.
One more answer.
To excel in communication and leadership skills.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, one more.
And just really enjoy the Toastmasters journey.
Right. See, the core of our organization is you, right? So when I ask what is your role as a Toastmaster, there is only one single role that you need to have in perspective. When we look at the mission statement of Toastmasters International, it talks about individuals. And it talks about becoming better communicators and leaders. But there is this magical word which is inbuilt within the mission, and that is confidence. So when we look at confidence, we need to look at ourselves first. And the magic of Toastmasters, which I had found out, is the fact that if we eliminate areas, we eliminate divisions, we eliminate districts, and we let the clubs work on their own as efficiently as possible, we will achieve the organization's goal without having any of these.
I don't know.
And the fact of the matter is that you are a member of this club. And if each and every one of us are able to fulfill their mission of becoming better communicators and leaders, then there is no need for all the other structures.
Why?
Now, I want to ask you, the structures that we have of areas, divisions, and districts are not to create a successful district. They are to install the dynamics and equations of success in the clubs. And it's fascinating that when we look at ourselves as members, there is only one thing we do as members. And if we do that and we teach it to all the other members, and that's mission of the district, by the way, supporting all clubs and creating new clubs. So it goes back to the clubs also. There's only one thing we do. Any idea, anyone, of what we do within the club that makes the organization successful?
Member experience, achieve excellence.
I'll make it easy for you. We are all salespeople.
Yes.
Nothing else. Because as a member, if we are confident, if we promote our communication and leadership skills, we sell Toastmasters to the members. to our colleagues. Why? Because if we achieve excellence, which is a core value within ourselves, we are achieving excellence for the club by making sure that the others see us as successful and they learn how to become successful. But that's not enough, because your district mission is creating new clubs and supporting all clubs, right? So creating new clubs, if you are a successful salesperson, you will be able to bring in new members. Because when they come and they see you, a successful salesperson, just like someone who sells cars, a customer comes in and asks about the qualities of the car, asks about the price of the car, and asks whether it is convenient for them. You are doing exactly the same in Toastmasters. You are selling them the organization. Now, let's change the perspective a bit. What if you do the same thing when you are a district director? What if you do the same thing when you are a division director? What if you do the same thing if you are an area director? Not only to the clubs, but to the people who are working with you. You see, you are a salesperson. If you are an area director, you are a salesperson for your fellow area directors. If you are a district director, you are a salesperson for your division and area directors as well as clubs. So it all boils down to only one person, and that is you. And this brings me to a very important question. Who are you? I don't want answers. I don't want answers. I just want you to think about this question. Who are you?
Salesperson.
Maybe, if that's what you think. You see, when we talk about everything being a sort of perspective, it's how you transcend or how you transfer your perspective of how a club should be successful, how a member could be successful. And the interesting thing is that when we concentrate on ourselves, and this is what you're doing, by the way, in your year of becoming a council member, a district officer, what you are doing is that you are emphasizing whether you are a successful salesperson or not. You are emphasizing whether you understand the qualities of a successful club and being able to convince clubs and members of what these qualities should be. You being a salesperson for the whole organization, when you go to a corporate, when you go and talk to people to form a community club, you are the salesperson for our core values. So let me ask you again. Who are you?
A leader who creates successful person, like with Toastmasters leaders army.
Did you notice that there are, as Toastmasters, we are very quick to answer questions. Yet, this question is not for you to answer quickly. This question is for you to answer at the end of your term. It is for you to ask your fellow officers at the end of the term, have I been successful as a person, as an officer, as a confident individual? And this is where the title of the speech, when Sabina had contacted me, and she said, you know, I want to make sure that the officers understand their role. And it's very simple, yet very difficult, because if you do not address what you are really doing at the beginning of the year, it will be very difficult for you to catch up in the middle and at the end. Therefore, it's important for the district officers to be with a single mindset. And whenever you meet, whenever you discuss, whenever you develop strategies, you need to ask, what's in it for the member? Because by asking that question, you are asking a very similar question: what's in it for me as a member? And it's fascinating that whenever I visit clubs and whenever I visit districts, you see whether these mindsets are aligned and synced into understanding that it's down to the nucleus which will make a difference. It's the club. It's the quality of the club that will make a difference, not the district and division and areas work. Because we are all facilitators on any level other than the club. We are mere facilitators. We have no authority whatsoever. But if we look at the club and us being a member of the club, and we sell the club, we are going to be successful as leaders of clubs and leaders of areas, divisions, and districts in making those clubs successful, because their members understand that it's all about them. So all these strategies, all these goal settings, and looking at district goals and distinguished district goals and so on, needs to be discussed. But once you come to an understanding that you are a member before everything else, and it's all about you in the club in the first place, and then you'll be able to come out of the club and be able to devise strategies that will make the organization. And you know, it's important for me to emphasize every time I go to a district, talk to a district, it's important to understand that each and every one of you are not only a part of the district. you are part of Toastmasters International. And you are upholding the reputation of Toastmasters International in whatever role you play. Whether it's member, whether it's club officer, or any other role, you are the reputation of the organization. And it's important that, you know, whenever we do district trainings and so on, there is always those people who ask an interesting question. Why don't we just concentrate on the current members and we will be able to achieve our goals? Well, if you are a member of the organization and you have the organization's mission in your heart, you will understand that the mission says making the program available for individuals. And individuals are not only the Toastmasters, by the way. The individuals are the Toastmasters and the potential Toastmasters. Now, if we look at our membership numbers, we are what, Sabina? We are at 280,000 around now, 270, 280,000, right? What's the population of the world? Coming to 9 billion. Remove the ones who are 18 and below. 4.5 billion. Remove the ones who are above 60. 3.5 billion. Remove the ones whom would not be interested in Toastmasters because they have no mind of their own. Let's say half of them, 1.75 billion. Compare it to 280,000. Huge difference. And this is where I am saying it's all about you, because there was a pledge when we were there in the convention. There was a pledge that there was a wall, and the pledge was, I will bring one member or invite one guest by the end of the year till December. And if you just look at this pledge and how fascinating this could change perspectives of what our organization could achieve, it's doubling the number of members in just a few months. Yet we go into this struggle and whirlwinds of conflict and not achieving goals and people going out of the organization. It's all about you. And you will become as effective as you can. I hope that clarifies a bit of what your role is in the district as an officer. And I'm sure you will find ways, but it's clarity of mind that will make things happen in a much better way. You are still capable of achieving world's #1 or Smedley distinguished all the way through. And this is, I think, what has happened throughout our district, which had split from District 79 in the Middle East. But it's not easy. It's not easy to focus on the main thing, which is basically you. And if you do that, I hope that you will be able to achieve accolades after accolades. And I wish you all the best in all your quests, whether it's within the organization and outside. Thank you so much. I think we have 2 minutes. If there are any burning questions, you're more than welcome to ask.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mohammed Murad. We will ask you to we have a time to take some questions. Thank you.
Your voice is muffled a bit.
Do you have some time to take 2 questions from audience?
If you would like, yeah.
Now we will have 2 questions from audience. Audience, do you have any questions to Distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Murad? Please, don't have to do it, Yeah, Toastmaster very right? Please come stand here, you can ask the question to Teacher Murad.
I'll make you.
Thanks for inviting me, second, I would grab this mic, but my heartfelt gratitude and your words of wisdom matters a lot. My question to you is a little bit personal, don't take me wrong. I've been a great fan of you, I've always admired your calm, composed nature always. What is the secret behind? Could you mind sharing with us?
Thank you. Yeah, I think the officers are tired and need to close the day, right? So if there are no questions, then I think we'll wind up.
There is a question, what is the reason, what is the secret behind your calm, composed nature always? How do you maintain it?
How do I?
Maintain your calm, composed state always.
You should have seen me when I was a police officer working in the criminal.
I know that. That's what, makes me, made me to answer the question that whenever I get to see address any audience, I see that authority, the command you have over the audience. I wish I could develop the attitude. That's why I wanted to know the secret and how to develop such an attitude. Do you do any sort of exercise for this?
See, I think it all depends on first understanding yourself, and how I understood myself was I was with my wife when I was in the criminal investigation department. I was with my wife in the car, and I had a walkie-talkie, and there was some issue or something came up, so they contacted me, and then I was communicating with my team. After I finished communication, she looked at me and she said, I cannot believe how you treat your team members. I was rough, and not many people could stand in front of me when I was angry. And this is where I say, that stuck to my mind, and it had something to do with understanding myself from the perspective of others. We talked about salespeople, right? So that made me understand that probably this is not the best thing that I am doing. And the magic was that within my work in the police, Toastmasters came along. And when I joined Toastmasters, I was with the same sort of attitude, but understanding that there's a better way, understanding that you can train yourself in order to be able to change, not personality, because my personality has not changed. And by the way, I am an introvert, extreme introvert. If you don't come and talk to me, I will not come and talk to you. But the police conditioned me to be becoming aggressive. Toastmasters conditioned me to be able to be a better communicator and leader. It's not easy, and it's taken me years for me to change from what I was to what I am. It takes practice. And probably, you know, you've heard about the 3 pillars of health: nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Because these 3 not only help you become healthy, they help you become calm, composed, and think better. Because it all starts with the thinking. You just said that, you know, you were trying to become calm and composed. It depends how you think. It depends whether you are determined. It takes dedication, basically. I'm not sure whether everyone is able to do that, but I'm sure with proper focus, you will be able to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Murad, for answering that question. Thank you, Mr. Murad, for inviting us with this keynote and session with us. We truly appreciate your time on a Friday evening, during our coming online, during our area directors and division directors training. I'm sure our leaders are enlightened about it's all about you. We will remember you. We hope to connect you again. Thank you so much. I don't know how to give a talk appreciation in online. We have a Brilliant certificate. Definitely next time when I meet you in the international convention in Philadelphia, I will carry that certificate to you. Thank you so much for accepting when we met leaders, candidate showcase for this meeting room. When I talked to you and you accepted it, to spend some time to address our leaders and to motivate us. Thank you. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much, and I wish you a great evening to everyone. I request everyone to be a standing ovation to hear more.
Thank you. Hope to see you soon.